Hello YouTube, Clientech here, and we're going to be doing a review of the Blu Studio 6.0 HD. It may look like an unboxing right now because the phone actually isn't here, it's just the box. But the box is actually open. As you can see, the seal is broken right there. I've opened it, I've been using it for a couple days. So we're just gonna see like what's inside the box without actually just first opening it. So if we take the cover off here, you see the cover, just standard white. You have some of the specs here on the side, which we'll get to. You have Bold Like Us on the bottom. Just some information on the top, you know, Blu, Bold Like Us, Studio 6.0 HD. Okay, put that there. That inside that. And then first thing you're greeted with is the phone, which I actually stuck the screen protector back on the phone. So we have that there, so we'll just take this off again for the second time. Actually sticks pretty well back on the phone. But anyway, so we have this here. Here's the device, very large. 6-inch screen, and then under here we have just this to cradle the phone, and we have a screen protector, which I haven't opened yet, but so then we have this, which just cradles the phone. It's kind of like a soft touch plastic on the top, and then you got just like a harder plastic on the back. Then we have the screen protector. This is why I like this company. They include accessories, like you see we have a case right here, we'll get to that, and then you have a screen protector, which I haven't opened yet. Basically, you clean the screen off, and then you just slap it on, and it fits perfectly. So put that to the side. Then you have your case. Comes with a case. It's like a kind of like a gel case almost. And I have had this case on the phone for a couple days. I've been using it, and it's actually really high quality. It definitely protects the back, the glossy plastic back. There are no scratches whatsoever on this plastic, the glossy back. So that's good, so that it really does protect your device very well. So then getting into more of the stuff, we have right here, we have just like the user guide, like the dual SIM installation guide, dual SIM, yep, dual SIM. That is a really good feature in this phone. It's really do like this. Anyway, and then we have the user manual, which everyone of course reads. Yeah, okay. Then we have the wall adapter, which is, I haven't unwrapped any of these just for the sake of... So in here we have our headphones and our power brick and our USB cable. It looks very it's USB cable. Actually, I can unwrap this because we can reclose it. It is, our channel isn't very you know, high quality yet, even though we do have pretty good camera, pretty good setup. But we do have to resell these phones on eBay, so we can't just keep these phones. So we can't really unwrap everything. So I can unwrap this since I can just close it back up. So we have the cable here. I'll just unwrap this. Actually, seems pretty long. Wow, it's a pretty long cable actually, pretty lengthy. Gets you the distance you need to charge it. Looks good. Okay, and we have the power brick right here. Oh, it seems to be already open, so that's good. I'm not going to take the plastic off because, again, as I said before, we have to resell these on eBay. This seems pretty small. In DC 5 volts, 1 amp. Not very big, but that's alright because I have many different bricks to charge this. Yeah, you're probably going to want to get a bigger charger to charge this because just by the size of it. If we have a comparison here... So yeah, it is definitely not too big. We have my LG G3 charger here, since both of these devices have 3,000 milliamp hour batteries. We just see how big it is compared to the Blu charger. Definitely will outperform it in charging. But if you can buy one of these large ones for like $5. They're not expensive at all. So that is one downside, but that's all right. And then we have just the package for that. We have our headphones. So I can actually open this, and take this out. I'm not going to take this off again because of reasons, but headphones don't look too special, but they don't look as bad as, you know, some of the Apple headphones that come with some of your phones. They look pretty good, pretty quality. They don't feel very cheap. They feel pretty quality. Again, you have this like spaghetti style kind of you know, the kind of wire, so it's very durable. So this part right here doesn't fray. Okay, so we have different things here for like people with different sized ear holes. We have the small right here and the large right here, and the medium, I'm guessing, are already installed on the headphones out of the box. So we will put all of this away. So getting to the phone, the main attraction here. So we are reviewing this phone. There's actually a reason behind this phone. Some of you may not have heard of Blu before. If they're not a very big company, they reside in Florida. They make more budget end phones, as this phone is. This phone doesn't have necessarily the cutting edge specs that other phones have in this day and age, but it's definitely a good competitor for those phones, because it is great value for your money. You can get this unlocked for $160, brand new, in the box, sealed, which is amazing. It's on eBay right now for $160. It's absolutely insane how cheap you can get this phone. So moving on from that, we're gonna go to the physical aspects. We have our camera right here, our front-facing camera. We have our speaker, not a speaker, but just, you know, if you're gonna call someone, use that to hear them. We have ambient light sensor right here. It's really hard to see. Oh, you can see it kind of on the glare a little bit, maybe. That'll focus. It's to the left of the camera. It's right there. It's kind of hard to see, but it's there. It's definitely there. Down here, let me unlock the phone real quick. You can see now they're lit up. Soft touch buttons. You have your menu button, your home button, and your back button right here. On the right side, you just have your power button. On the left side, right side, power button, and you have a little tab down here to take the back cover off. The back cover is removable. Then you have your power buttons on the left side. The back, you just have your speaker, dual flash, 8 megapixel camera. The bottom, nothing, just that smooth design on the bottom. And then on the top, you have your charge port, which is a little a little weird. I haven't really seen many phones with the charge port on the top, but it's there, it works. And then you have your 3.5mm headphone jack up here. Okay, so out of box, this phone comes with Jelly Bean, Android 4.2.2 Jelly Bean, but is upgradable to 4.4.2 KitKat. And this is near stock Android. Blu have made a few improvements, like the notification sounds or some different wallpapers. As you can see right here, there's some different wallpapers that are included. But in general, this phone is stock Android, and it has a 1.3 gigahertz quad-core processor, Cortex A7, running this stock Android phone, which is insane. You will not experience any lag on this phone. It is super smooth. I haven't had any lag at all on this phone so far. So moving on to the screen, this is a massive 6-inch 720p display, and while it is only 720p, it still looks very good. 245 ppi, which isn't very high, but it still is very good. It's still really clear. YouTube videos are just a joy to watch on this. There's nothing wrong with the screen at all, even with the low ppi density. Cannot really tell, because I had the Galaxy Mega, which has similar specs, and you can see a lot more pixels, but on this it seems to be like a well-oriented 245 ppi, if that makes sense. And powering all this is a 3000 milliamp hour battery. If we can remove the back right here somewhere, there it is. Okay, so we have the removable back. I'm covering the eye in the eye because I don't want any people to see that. It'd be weird. We have a 3000 milliamp hour battery here, non-removable. Unfortunately, it you know, it's a feature that I would like to have seen, but fortunately it's not here. You see you have dual SIM 1 and 2 right here. You see it's labeled there, and then you actually have your dual SIM slots right here. One of them is WCDMA GSM, so you can have a WCM CDMA or a GSM in slot 1, and then the other one is just GSM, so just a GSM SIM card. So you're gonna have to go to your carrier, or your carriers, since you're gonna have 2 of them, and see which one's which and what to get. And here we have our SD card slot. You're definitely gonna want to be using this SD card slot. This phone only comes with 4 gigabytes of storage because it isn't a very high-end phone. It's sort of a mid-range phone, as Blu intended it to be. So it's not going to have 32 or 64 gigabytes of storage. So you're going to want to put a micro SD card in there. It accepts up to 32 gigabytes worth of external storage. You're definitely going to want to be using that. You can get a 32 gigabyte SD card for like $10. Really, really cheap. Okay, we're going to put this back on. Snaps on really easily. There's nothing really, and it's hard to get off, which is a good thing, and it snaps back on really easily. Because if you drop this phone, most likely the back will not fall off, which is a very good thing. So moving on to the camera, this is a 8 megapixel shooter. As you can see, it's labeled right there with a dual flash. We're gonna go into the camera app right now. It's decent as a camera. It's not the best, as you probably would expect. It's the best camera in the world, but this phone definitely can get the job done if you're just gonna like shoot like a quick picture of something. You know, nothing big, nothing major. You're definitely not gonna do photography with this phone, but it's not really what it's for. The camera isn't really a big feature on it. Okay, so the front-facing camera actually is a 2 megapixel camera. If we can turn that around and see. It's not bad at all. See the DSLR there. And then me, what up? What up? Okay. So we have that there. It's not a bad camera at all. The front-facing camera definitely can get yo selfies and all that. But anyway. So this is now just my personal use, what I've been experiencing with this phone. There's been no lag, no issues really with battery. The battery definitely lasts you a day. You probably even squeeze a day and a half out of it if you're careful. Definitely would recommend this phone to someone if you're looking for a large phone, but you don't want to pay, you know, a large price, say like the Galaxy Mega 2. If you're gonna buy that, it'd be like $350 unlocked, when you get this for like $150 to $200 unlocked, which is a great deal. You know, has similar specs. You know, both have 720p screen, both are 6 inches, so they definitely both have good specs. This may be bit might not feel as good, maybe feel a little cheaper than the Galaxy Mega, since the Galaxy Mega is like has metal finish, but you're gonna have to sacrifice those if you're gonna get something for $160 unlocked, a phone like this. But you know, personal use, it's a great phone. The software is definitely good. The screen size is absolutely amazing. There's been no lag, but there has been a couple things. This phone, I've talked it up a lot in this video, and it sounds like it's a perfect phone, but it really isn't. There's some drawbacks with the design. The screen, as you probably have seen throughout this video, you can just see with the glare off of the light right there that there are a lot of fingerprints. A lot of fingerprints. This thing is a fingerprint magnet. You're definitely gonna have to use the case. See, this is the good thing about Blu. If you use this case, you won't have any issues with that. If you just, you know, pop it on, perfect fit. You know, doesn't make your device too thick. It's still pretty thin, as this phone is definitely one very thin phone. You know, Blu makes the Vivo Air, so you know, the thinnest phone in the US. So you know, you figure this would have to be thin too. So it definitely doesn't take away from the thinness of the device, and you don't have to deal with those fingerprints. And it's definitely a very nice feel with the case on. And then I haven't unwrapped the screen protector, but if you were to, definitely it would save you from the fingerprints. So that's not a big deal. But another thing has to do with the hardware, and that's the power button. Power button is not tactile at all. You can just see if I just tap it like that, it comes on. Like I barely even tap that. Barely even tapping it. Sometimes you can't even feel if you're hitting the power button, which is definitely a drawback. It's better without the case on, but you're probably going to be wanting to use the case. So power button is definitely a drawback. But other than that, this phone, nearly perfect. Nearly, it blows the Galaxy Mega 2 out of the water in price, in terms of price. So that's definitely a good thing about it. But everything other than the power button and the fingerprints, really nothing wrong with it, honestly. It's just such a good phone for its value. Can't go wrong with this phone if you're looking for a large phone without paying a large price. So, in conclusion, like this video if you liked it, dislike it if you disliked it, and if your thoughts are more complicated than this, leave a comment below just telling us what we should do to improve our videos in the future, and give us your opinions on what we do. Make sure to subscribe for more tech-related content, and peace.